Hey everybody, welcome to Hollow Knight Marauders Live. First one we've done in quite a while, since Kenobi, right?
Yeah, since
Must be,
Kenobi.
right?
I think
It's
since
just
Kenobi.
it's just Jamie and I tonight.
Just
We
the
didn't
two
even
of
tell Matt we were
us.
doing this, but we know he's on vacation, so
Yeah, so
he
it's
probably
not
wouldn't be
like it
available
was.
anyways.
It's not like it was purposely leave him out of it.
Yeah,
He's
let's
away. He's on
let's do this without
vacation.
Matt. Matt stinks.
So let's sit
He's
on the
probably
opposite side
watching.
of the house and stream from the separate rooms as we usually do. Um, Apologies in advance for potential internet disruptions. We're both kind of like weird on like the internet today with the stream,
There's
so
just
apologies if
there's
it's
some
laggy.
thunderstorms coming through, so let us
Yeah,
know if it's lagging or
we
glitchy or
can't do
anything.
anything to fix
If the
it,
power goes out in the
unfortunately.
middle of it, we'll just postpone it or something.
Sorry.
We'll get rained out like a baseball game. But
Hey, whatever.
Matt is at the Polynesian Spa. That's correct, Millie. How's it going, everybody? Dylan, Chad, Brent, how's it going? I'm missing anybody else? Jill's in here, of course. Probably some other people. But we're here to talk about the Lego Summer Vacation special. I keep calling it the Summer Special, but it was Summer Vacation. We watched it Friday night, pretty late when we got back from our Rebel Legion troop.
Yeah.
We usually watch these things in the morning, so it was pretty funny that we didn't see it till later. But I remember driving home, we were like, we can't wait to watch this finally, and it was great. I mean, all of these Lego specials are so fun, and I hate to say it, but I don't know if they announced it, but is this the last one? Because the way that it
I don't
went,
think they announced anything, but this was definitely they like tied off like their like mini storyline that they've
trilogy.
been doing. Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. That should say it alone. That should be.
Well,
It's a
and
trilogy.
also, I also noticed the first one followed Ray on Christmas, Life Day. The second one followed Poe on Halloween, and this one followed Finn. So I mean, that's the
There you
big
go.
three, the trio there.
There they go.
Swoop bike racers going by like always. But yeah, what were your? I already know your thoughts, but what are your thoughts on the on this Lego special?
I loved this one. I love how
Let me pop the background noise. On.
again it was like the same like we had like stories along the way, the little short stories through each one. But I enjoyed this one a lot because they were all something kind of unexpected in it. Almost is little things that we didn't really think we would like get. Also, we got like Obi-Wan in a Hawaiian shirt and Weird
Yeah, I
Al
saw
in a Hawaiian
someone.
shirt.
Weird Al, right? Yeah. What was his name? Vic something.
Yeah, Vic something.
That was good.
Victor Vitroni.
I want to like
Vitruvius.
I want to
No, just
cosplay
Vic.
one of these stupid Lego things. Like I saw someone do art of the Kenobi. Not a
Yeah.
cosplay, I don't think yet, but we'll probably see that at the next celebration that we go to. I mean, I'm sure someone
Yeah.
will do it in London or something, but you see whoever's going to Star Wars Celebration London needs to wear that Kenobi outfit, get up and do karaoke at some bar. Just in singing that song, and then you win. I'll give you $50 if you go do that.
That's
50
a hefty
quid.
prize.
50 quid.
Okay.
Um, oh my god. BB-8 Lincoln Memorial Special incoming. I mean, I would like to see them keep doing.
Yeah, I think that it was enough of like an in between. Like here, everybody's having some fun. It's post Rise of Skywalker, and like the crew's just like having fun and getting their bearings. And I think it's enough of like, yeah, this could be like a little side story, like, and then they can eventually continue like the stories. And I love how the Legos never take themselves too seriously, and I love how they've always had the freedom to do that. Although the
Right.
freedom to do that, that being said, this episode was just a commercial for the Halcyon Star Cruiser.
Just like the
Obsessed.
Princess and Scoundrel upcoming
Right.
book. Comes
Right,
out
just
soon,
gotta
a couple weeks.
wedge that one in there. I still loved it though, and like I love that like we still like got that like little like content along the way.
So this is
So-
coming soon. Jamie and I actually do have Lego minifigures we made. I need to update mine with longer hair.
Oh my
probably,
gosh, yeah,
but-
it's I have so next to my desk where I work from home.
I like. The
I have this
filmmaker
giant
attention.
display, which I posted on social media many times before. It's this giant Bad Batch poster, which I actually bought to cover a utility closet. One day I had to get into that utility closet, and I forgot where the closet was, and it was like a scene. I couldn't find it for like an hour, and then I'm like, oh, the poster. It's behind that. Anyway, I had this big like Bad Batch display. It's like all the figures, all the Legos, the Marauders over here, but the minifigures, but then Enfys Nest Swoop Bike. But then next to them are these two little Lego figures of me and AJ that we made.
On the N1,
like,
right?
We made it in like junior year of college, which was like the second year we were dating, and they're just sitting there, and they're adorable. AJ's has a pirate hat, actually.
Yeah, like a shovel and a pirate hat or something.
Yeah,
maybe? I can't
and a
remember.
cup of coffee, and I have like a flower. They're a hot mess. But yeah, Marauders
Hey,
Lego
kids,
special
come on
soon.
the cruiser. Come spend $4,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
for 2 nights.
it was interesting that they made it. They highlighted each of like the things like within the Star Cruiser. Like they had Poe be like obsessed with like all the activities that you could do and like how it was all like you must do like all of these things to like experience all of it. But then they also highlighted like, oh, there's like the sun deck, and like I loved Ray just falling asleep at the pool. Like that
Talking
was
about porgs and
that
her
was
sleep.
good. Yes, so
Yeah.
many porgs looking.
No, I
their
love
eyes.
I love just like the parody of all of it, you know, all the characters. It's just straight fun, right?
Yeah.
This would be interesting if they did live action holiday specials again. I think this would be cool if they just like created original characters to use. And I
Yeah.
mean that'd be wild, but I guess Marvel is doing them, right? I know
I
Marvel
don't
has like a
know
Halloween.
much about it.
Yeah, I've heard through the grapevine that Marvel's doing something with Halloween. Someone probably knows more about that than we do, but
Yeah. Unfortunately, with all of the new Marvel content coming out, I have not kept up like in the slightest. Like the last like full show I watched was Loki, which was last year now. Like that was the last full show I watched.
Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, which was
Yeah.
holiday season, but still
Yeah.
that was a while ago now it seems.
Yeah, it went into like January. or
I've
something,
missed a few, and I want to catch up, but like I've missed a few, and it's difficult to stay up to date with all the Marvel stuff if you're not like watching it as it happens. I should really get back into that though.
This was absolutely a highlight in the
Oh,
there goes my
there he
camera.
goes. There, I don't know where he went, but oh, he's fully gone. Hello, everyone. He'll be back in a moment. But I agree. This one, what do I do now that no one's? It's just me. Hey everybody. But yeah, I love that there was the Boba Fett like a theme song in the background while they had the actual like chase. Like that was just like really really exciting because we had the full like Boba Fett like theme song and whatnot. Hang on, let me see if I can find. Do you guys remember? Hang on, when we had the intro, that was the Boba Fett theme song. It was this, right?
Boba!
No, it wasn't just that.
I don't know why it does that. Like, it does that like once an episode or once a recording. It just like boots me off, and then I can't get back in with my camera.
It
But
doesn't like you. I keep looking up at like the window because I keep seeing like lightning like across the way, and I'm like, all right.
So what did I miss? Well, I was gone for
I,
2 seconds.
You missed a very highly intimate conversation that I had with the chat. You missed this.
Boba!
Oh, you actually played it? Oh, because we were talking about Brent bringing up the.
Right.
They played the Boba theme, which was probably one of the
Yeah.
highlights of this little special, right?
Yeah.
Which was the alternate theme they created for the finale of Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett. They played that in the final credits because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I remember John Favreau and Ludwig, I think, talking about that in that behind the scenes thing. But
I liked that short though with Obi-Wan because I liked how it was another side adventure of him on Tatooine.
right, and
and
it was funny.
It was cute.
As a Lego nerd, I mean, I don't know how many of you keep track of like the Lego minifigures and what they're from, but that was the new from the Kenobi show minifigure of Kenobi with his outfit and the weird like tied back hair almost. Like I don't
yeah,
know. But
kind
it
of
looked
Qui-Gon,
cool.
but not. Yeah.
It was cool to see that.
I like how they also had Boba like be in it because it was like so this is before, but like after, so it was like young Boba kind of in a sense. So he was been working for Jabba a long time. I liked how that was just like set within this like
And
Lego
D voicing
universe.
him
Yeah,
once
and
again.
and I'm just sitting there like, whoo, there he is. It was great. I liked that one a lot. That was a cute story overall. Go see the Rain Corps.
Solo 2. Were we talking about Solo 2? Solo 2 HM edition.
I guess we're gonna make it, build it ourselves.
Make Solo 2 happen. But yeah, the Kenobi short in the summer special was really good.
I'll give you the Kenobi special.
I liked Finn, just seeing all these Force ghosts, but starting with Obi-Wan. That was great. And the theme, one of the pieces of score from Rise of Skywalker, We Go Together, that was the theme that kept playing with Finn. And whether you like those movies or not, the score, I think, is just great for all those films. And the We Go Together theme is great. If you don't know of it, go listen to it after this or during this. Play it in the background.
Yeah.
It's just a heartwarming thing. I don't know. It's a good theme. Of course,
We Go
by John
Together.
Williams.
And I'm not talking about like the song from Grease that goes, "We go together." Like no, we're not talking about that one.
That's what John Williams was going for.
Yes, that is exactly what he was going for. The entire cast just breaking out in song and then flying away in a driving away, but flying. Anyway, that's the ending of Grease. Yes, I get it now. So, 2 seconds. It's been it's been a week. But yeah, We Go Together is. I just saw lightning again.
Close your window. This isn't the lightning stream.
I just keep looking at it. I can't. I keep
You've
looking
never
at
seen
it.
lightning in your life.
I've seen it in my life.
Yeah, of course. Here we go with so during our last podcast recording, I think, which comes out tomorrow. It's with Landry, Q Walker. It was either on there or afterwards. Jamie once we start streaming or recording, Jamie just becomes the most gullible person in the world for some reason.
It's awful.
So since it just kind of came about.
Anytime any Marauders content is made, all of my brain cells just melts away. They're just gone. Like,
well, you do a good job at doing the show, but it's just like
I don't know what happens. I have no idea what happens.
It's all
I
good.
don't think like
you
this.
You do a good job.
Oh, thank you.
But Matt's sarcasm. I think Matt's sarcasm, which he's not even here today, but his spirit is, I guess, turns us into mush.
Yeah. I was talking to Jill about that today. It's called mush brain. It's just mush brain.
Okay.
That's what it is. Mush
Good
brain.
night, bowl of mush.
Good night, full of mush. All right.
Was
else
there a
happened
Grease
in it?
reference in the Lego Star Wars game?
No, I was singing "We Go Together" because that's the song from Grease, and there's Oh wait, there probably was. There was a lot of
I
references.
feel like
in
there
the
was,
Star Wars
and
game.
you loved it, but I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was either, and I know that I loved it because I started singing it. I can't remember what it was though. We'll figure it out.
Right. Why use many brain cells when few do goodly? Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. But what happens next in this special? Speaking of brain cells, I can't remember.
They go on shore excursions, which was pretty fun, actually. I enjoyed that a lot, because that's something you can't. Well, you do on the Halcyon. You go to Batu, but they go to Scarif, which was like really cute, and I love how the story for that was. It used to be a beach resort, and then it became an Imperial Vault, and then it became a beach resort again. I thought that was really funny.
And then Anakin with the snorkeling gear was just great. Breathing as Vader, walking out of the water.
Yeah, that was good. And then just walking around in the flippers.
Are you talking about in the book? What was the mush? I think it was just like some oatmeal, right?
Oatmeal.
Some cream of wheat or oatmeal.
Who has oatmeal before they go to bed? Like, did it sit there the entire day? And this kid was just like, I'm not eating this.
It sat there all day.
It's just gonna sit there again. Good night, bowl of mush. Like, I am done. That's
that's
how
great.
I feel right now.
Scoobican. I want them to make figures of all of the guys from this, like from the specials.
Yeah.
Like they could make Scoobican. They could make Hawaiian shirt Obi-Wan.
Palpatine in his bathing suit.
Yep, we all. I
love how they had the details of like they had like liver spots like on his like chest and whatnot, like an old man. He just looks so gross as a Lego. It's perfect.
Our retelling of this is great. As we're all over the place.
Well done.
I feel like there's a lot of people here that haven't watched it yet.
It's cute. It's wicked worth the watch. It is a very cute story. You get multiple each era kind of gets touched on for the short stories.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, because I love it in early on in the episode. Actually, Finn starts like yelling out to Obi-Wan. He's like, "Oh, all these battles," and then he's like, "I'm a Clone Wars aficionado." Like, what? Where'd that come from? Like, that he's just like, so we always like reading about the Clone Wars. I love that. Finn is one of us. That's what this is.
But the Palpatine and Vader part, that second short story there was great. Sorry, I got a message. I thought it was like an alert, but it was just a text. Palpatine and Vader in Lego form are always great. They kind of remind me of that, like, what do you call it? What was the Seth Green Star Wars stuff? Robot Chicken. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. Robot Chicken.
Yeah, Lego Palpatine and Vader are like some of like the best like Lego versions of characters ever. So like honestly, top tier is Palpatine and Vader in Lego form. Right under that, it's Grogu and Din Djarin. Like those are perfect like versions of those characters. Like
Oh, well, you get to see it in the Lego special.
Don't think about real
in Lego form.
Palpatine in the bathing suit because that will make you do that.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
But the second one was probably even though I love Palpatine and Vader in Lego form, probably my least favorite little story in this. Because the third one was the best one with Ben Solo,
Ben Solo,
and Han and Leia and 3PO and R2, the whole family going on
Chewie.
vacation. And Chewie, yeah, of course, Uncle Chewie was there.
I love how they went to Mimban. And Han is so proud to tell him that this is where they met.
This is where I met Chewie. And they're looking at the mud ball.
This is the third largest mud ball in the galaxy, and over here is the fourth largest.
They go deep with the lore in these things. I mean, it's just funny. Who goes to Mimban? Like, it's a great,
Nobody.
Side planet that they use in Solo. And the Mimbanese
I love Mimban.
Are great.
Like, I
wish we
want
could have
to
seen
know...
a Lego Mimbanese person, but
yeah, we have the Mud Troopers from the TIE Fighter, but that's it. We never got like a Mimbanese with it. It just came with the pilot and Han as the Mud Trooper. So.
But I just meant for the special, if they just had one like walking around or something. That would
Nope,
look cool.
just droids.
Just droids.
Just droids.
And then just talking about like, showing off mud balls. Like, oh, the galaxy's biggest mud ball and the second biggest mud ball or whatever. That was fun. And then Ben is just there like, this stinks. And someone got stuck in mud. I think it was 3PO.
It was 3PO. And then they're all trying to like push him out. Like, I love how another perfect characterization of like Ben Solo. He's just the entire time, but he's like more than willing to like help his like family out, like if like need be. So like Chewie is automatically like yanking like 3PO out, and like Ben's also like helping, and then he just like falls over, and then you just see in the background again.
Yeah, rolling through the mud.
Poor kid.
Yeah, and then they go to Endor. Han's like, oh, I found this place on Endor we can go chill at. And Wick Cooper was in the Freemaker Adventures.
Yeah,
and
he was
the guy who voices him. He's in a bunch of like, you know who he is? He's in a bunch of random movies, but isn't he the nerd in what's the movie where the guy becomes like a high schooler again?
17 again?
Yep, that one. I was like, is it 20 again? 18 again?
No,
17
again. So you want the
nerd
guy, the nerd, not Zac Efron. You want the other one. I don't remember what his name is.
I'm pretty sure he's the guy who voices Wick Cooper.
Pretty funny.
Which is random, but yeah.
Yeah, it was random.
So there's the camp on Endor, and it was very like Great Outdoors-y with if you've seen that movie, where like
kind of
any like summer special where they go camping and the dad's like, we're gonna hang out and go do this stuff, and then they split off. The kid splits off with the friends, and there's like a bully, and there's that whole trope. But Ben flies the Falcon eventually, and that was great. They play a little bit of the Solo score in there when Han's flying. And then Ben goes to Luke's temple, which we now know is the planet Ossus.
And Luke's just like, hey, in the background.
Ossus. I know it's said different ways. And everyone starts crying. Chewie's crying. And then we know where that goes.
AJ lost it, like seeing like Chewie just like hug him and then run away, like like immediately, which is like a
laughing.
little like hanky. No, you like lost it laughing because he ran away like with like the hanky.
He ran so fast. Lego Chewie is just the funniest thing ever. Just when you go watch these Lego things or play the Lego games, just keep your eye on Chewie the whole time. He just has such a blank stare to him, and he's like, "Doi." But I love Chewie. Lego Chewie is elite.
Lego
S
Chewie
tier.
is elite. I think that was like one of the first like Lego like keychains that we like had, because like you could get like those at the Lego store. No, I think you had like Lego Boba Fett and like Lego Chewie were like the first ones that we like got.
Thomas Lennon is the actor, apparently.
I don't know who that is.
John Candy.
I know who that is.
We do. Great Outdoors. Great Outdoors is a great summer movie. Yeah, go watch it before the summer's
Recommend.
over.
It's a typical like 80s like movie, but it is like a great summer
Dan
movie.
Aykroyd, John Candy.
Dan
And the Great
Aykroyd's an absolute
Outdoors.
sleemo in it, but he's great. Dan Aykroyd's characters, they're either like absolute heart of gold, like dudes, or they're absolute like sleemo slime balls that are fast talkers. There's no in between. And that's why he's a fave.
And then there's his role in Indiana Jones.
And he's a French like
Well,
pilot or something.
He's something in between. I don't
He's
know.
nothing. He has like one line.
Um,
I don't even
yeah,
think he's credited.
we're trying to summon Ochi of Bestoon.
Yeah.
Police car went by. Got distracted.
Oh, okay.
By the
I was like,
lights.
what?
You're getting distracted by lightning. I'm getting distracted by police cars. Wild night here in Massachusetts. What are you
Wild
thinking
night out
about?
here. No, I'm
Oh.
just like thinking. I'm just like, oh, what else is going on in this like episode or this special?
Uncle Buck's great as well. While you try to think of Lego things, I'll just talk about John Candy movies. John Candy and Home Alone, great
John
scene.
Candy is in my favorite movie of all time as well. Just throwing that out there.
That's true, yeah.
He is.
Blues Brothers. He's
Blues
the
Brothers.
cop, FBI guy.
He's the parole officer.
Okay, yeah. I could never remember like what he was.
Yeah, it's the business card, and then Jake's literally just like flicks it away.
Let's see. I mean, that's all the short stories in these things.
Yeah.
So it followed the same format as the Halloween one, where it was like 3 short stories, right?
Yeah.
And then the Ray one, the Christmas one, holidays, Life Day one. That's what I'll call
Yeah.
it, Life Day. That was, I don't think that was 3 different stories, was it? She
No,
time
that was-
traveled or something.
She time
but-
traveled, and it was just into like multiple different eras, and so it wasn't necessarily like 3 specific stories. It was just like a lot of different stuff going on. I like
Blues
all
Brothers is amazing. Brent, I knew you'd be a
Talk about that
Blues
for
Brothers
years.
fan. This is now the Blues Brothers stream. And
Oh,
no apologies for taking us off course, because
No,
I feel like we don't have too many things to talk about. We probably won't fill the full hour. Fill the full hour. Jeez.
full.
We
Huh?
probably won't go the full hour tonight. Just because it's just the 2 of us, and there's not a ton to talk about with this Lego special. As fun as it was, we're just having a very casual live stream tonight.
Very casual.
But yeah, eventually Finn learns the lessons of all these ghosts, because the ghosts were Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Leia. And then we see Ghost Ben dressed as Kylo. So
Yes.
it's like Ghost Kylo, and no one's ever really gone. And yeah, everyone was like, "Where was Ghost Ben and Rise of Skywalker?" And I was one of those people. But now we got them in Lego
Yeah.
Summer
at least
Vacation in
Just a
2022.
little bit. Gosh, yeah.
Ooh, great
I-
question. What were you gonna say? Then we'll get to that.
No, I don't even know.
The Andor trailer was amazing. I saw it late. Jamie saw it before I did, and everyone saw it before I did. I saw it like 2 or 3 hours after it came out, and I popped it on the TV. So everyone was like, "Oh, it's great! You know, it blows the first one out of the water." And I was like, "The first trailer was good. Like, what are you people talking about?" And then, so I thought I was gonna be like underwhelmed, overhyped, and like, "Oh, this is good," you know. But everyone told me it was gonna be good. I popped it on, and I was like blown through the wall how good it was. The music was great. I loved Cassian's quotes in it. I loved when what's his face says Cassian Ender. You know, you've seen us Cassian Ender. You guys have seen us tweet about that. It's me tweeting about it, but from our page.
We don't have it in here yet.
Cassian Ender. We're gonna add that to our
Cassian
clips.
Ender.
Ender. He almost says Endor.
Ender.
He really
Cassian
loves.
Endor.
Cassian's really named after the planet Endor, but they just misspelled it.
Imagine that. No, I loved the trailer. I think that it will be a very exciting show. The thing with me in trailers is like
Scarred,
nothing.
scarred.
Nothing ever really like blows me like out of the room for like a trailer usually, like unless it's something I don't even know what would blow me out of the room for a trailer. Like, I'm excited for it. Like, you don't need to show me a trailer to like get excited for like anything Star Wars coming out. I'll be pleasantly surprised with like what they do. Like, from like what I've like heard and like what I've like read so far, it is going to be more like a actual like spy thriller, which I'm just very, very excited for. And then they're not really leaning into like being like, oh, this is like Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. This is like the guy's a spy first. Yeah. So
the Jamie and I weren't like. There's people who love Rogue One. You know, they say, "Oh, this was my favorite movie of the new era since Disney did the buyout." And for Jamie and I, that's not really the case. We love Rogue One, and we've liked it more since it's come out. You know, the more we watch it,
the more you watch it, the more you like, you're like, oh, this is really good.
Obviously, it's a brilliantly made movie, especially the end. Like some glue stick fell over or something. That was Scarif blowing up in the background. But we love Cassian. We can say that for sure. And this movie's gonna be great. Diego Luna. This show is gonna be great. Diego Luna's awesome. And his outfit is absolute fire. I have these cutouts. I have the Kylo. I have the Cobb. I'm contemplating getting the Andor Cassian one. Cassian Ender one.
Cassian Ender.
If they make that with his flowing jacket, that'd be great.
They will.
I really want to cosplay that one day, but there's no way Jamie would be able to make me that jacket. I don't think.
We would commission that. But
that would be so expensive, so it probably won't happen.
Figure that out on your own, buddy.
We'll figure it out. And then by the time I do figure it out, there'll be something more I like. I'm like, I'll do this instead.
All right.
Someone had a good question. I don't remember who. I don't know where it was. Oh, to go back, Jill asked us if we were excited for Fan Expo.
Yes.
Which is next weekend.
We
Fan
are.
Expo Boston.
So Fan Expo Boston is our local convention. It used to be Boston Comic Con, and then it became Fan Expo because Fan Expo bought them. And so now it is Fan Expo, and it is this weekend, and we casually dropped it. I tweeted recently, huge news, because it is huge news to us. We have our panel again at Fan Expo. It'll be a Saturday at 1 o'clock. It will not be live streamed, unfortunately, but it will be recorded, and so we'll post it at a later date for everybody to watch. But it is at the podcast/creator stage, and so that is a big step up from what we had last time, and we're very excited.
As far as we know, it's a brand new stage they're doing. I think it's on the show floor. We don't know. We haven't seen a map. They haven't planned anything out until like this weekend. It's not till next week, but we're pumped.
Logistics are rough, but we're excited. We'll see how it goes.
And then to come back to what we were talking about, Brent kind of nailed it for us that we didn't connect with the characters of Rogue One so much, especially for Jamie and I, because we were connecting so much with the sequel characters at the time.
I talk about this a lot. Like Force Awakens came out in 2015. Rogue One came out in 2016. So if you're riding the high of like the first movie and then the second one comes out and you're like, well, wait a second, I still wanted to like do more about like and like see, like learn about like what actually like happened in like the other story. It's just the timing of it just threw me off so much in the moment. I never connected with it upon release, but like looking back on it, like rewatching it a lot, like I love the movie now, but like the timing of it, I was just like, I wanted to know the other stuff, and it was just frustrating in the moment. But Cassian was always, Bodhi was always my favorite, and then Cassian was my favorite. And I love the Guardians of the Wills, and I want to know more about them, but we're not going to learn about that in this show, I don't think, so.
No.
We'll see.
Yeah, probably not. Chad said the trailer felt like a movie trailer, and something you and I were huge on was how good this show looks, and everyone's saying, and the volume might be the coolest new piece of technology, state-of-the-art thing, you know, that Lucasfilm's always pushing in filmmaking and everything, and showmaking.
Yeah, both.
Showbiz. But nothing beats filming on location and how good that looks. Like, there was a shot of a hill or something, and I was like, I was like, oh, it looks like, feels like Lord of the Rings or something.
That's a real hill. But no, I know exactly what you mean, because like one thing about like the technology with like the volume and whatnot, the Lucasfilm has always been pushing, obviously, to create new technology to like figure out what they want to make, and I can't like watch the documentaries for ILM first of all. Like those are incredible so far. Like if you enjoy Star Wars at all, just watch.
I'm down to talk about those. Those we still have two
before,
left, I think.
Hang on,
yeah,
before,
keep going.
Before we jump into that, the thing with the volume is, yes, I love that they're using it, and they're still figuring it out. That's what it is. And so like I'm so excited to see like content that isn't reliant on using the volume and like actually using other stuff as well, because like yeah, like you can still use the volume for like really cool and amazing things, but like I want to see those real hills.
As good as the volume is and all this CG, I know a real hill when I see one.
Yeah, like I know a real hill when I see one. Like it's great. Like it's incredible like what you can like do with the technology, but it's also just like we don't need to do with the technology sometimes. Like that's just one thing I think that everyone out there needs to remember. Like yes, we can do with the technology, but should we do with the technology? But that is the fatal flaw of every single person who like loses their mind. So
Lucasfilm has always gone, I guess I shouldn't say Lucasfilm, but George would always go a little overboard with CG and technology, as we know in the prequels. Because Phantom Menace, Episode 1, was largely on location, right? I'm sure Brent is like, I know Brent knows all of this stuff with the production and everything, but that was mostly on location, and that movie looks beautiful. Story aside and everything else aside, that movie looks great. Episode 2 and Episode 3 were a lot more CG, and we were watching Revenge of the Sith the other day, and it was the first time ever I looked. It was the Jedi Council, and Yoda was talking, and it cut to Yoda, and I was like, this looks like a video game cutscene. I don't know. All of a sudden, it popped out to me, and he still looks great, and at the time, he looked amazing. But I don't know. It looked a little outdated to me, I guess. The Scottish mountains are the backdrop in Andor there. Well, that's cool. It looked like Scotland. It looked great. It looked real.
Welcome to bloody Scotland.
But Jamie and I were Jamie was talking about the documentary series for ILM, which is amazing. Like, we still have 2 episodes to go. We've been watching it very slowly every other night or so or whatever. But watching that's so fun. It's fun to just watch. A while ago, Jamie showed me a documentary series. I think it's on YouTube about the Microsoft guys creating Xbox.
Documentary? Yes, that's another one.
It's them creating the Xbox and then eventually the other Xboxes. But like, even if you're not into gaming, or it's just cool to watch inventors or creators or whoever like do their thing and see the actual footage and hear how the stories went and everything. And especially the ILM stuff. It's very inspiring. Like, as soon as I'm done watching that, I'm like, oh, I want to go like make something. I want to go build something. I want to go record something. So if you haven't watched that yet, go watch it. It's very fun and very knowledgeable and very knowledgeable.
Yeah. It's not like a documentary to like that'll like put you to sleep either. I think that's important. It's very similar to
no, not at all.
Like the behind the scenes documentaries you'd get with like the movies themselves for Star Wars. So they're really good.
Yeah, I never knew that. I was playing Halo with Chad the other day. Speaking of Xbox, and we were talking about this a bit. That neither of us knew that Photoshop was created by some of the ILM guys. Like I learned that. That was cool.
Oops, it accidentally happened. That's how a lot of it happens.
I knew the Pixar story there, but that was cool to see too. There's a lot of history there.
The Xbox documentary that AJ mentioned as well, like even if you're not an Xbox player but into like video gaming like at all, or just like the industry, just like the knowledge of it, it's called Power On. It's like a 6 or 7 episode documentary. It's on YouTube. It's free. I highly recommend it. If you're into like early 2000s, like late 90s pop culture as well, like it's really good.
Pop it on in the background,
right, Allie.
Or in the foreground, whatever you want to do.
Unabashedly watched it like 3 times, like all 8 episodes. So it's really good.
Yeah, Pixar came from ILM as well. George created it. That was like his first thing with, we should be using computers. This is crazy. Think it over. Think it through. And then he sold it to Disney. Yep. But it's cool.
Well, he sold it to Steve Jobs.
Oh, right.
And then Steve Jobs was like, all right, let's...
Yeah. Of course, Steve Jobs.
And then Disney was like, it's an animation studio. All comes full circle.
Yeah. But was there anything else with the Lego summer vacation special we wanted to talk about?
I loved
we
how
went
many.
from that to
I loved how
Island.
many gonk droids are in the background. There was a lot. They
The
were
cantina, the one
like
getting
waiters
punted
and
out.
whatnot. Yeah, the opening shot of the cantina and Wooher's just like dunk. It's.
Dunk.
Oh man.
Do you have the new minifigure I got for you up there or no?
It is downstairs on the
unfortunate.
counter. Yeah, I know. I posted about it though, but AJ got me Omega. She's
Yeah,
downstairs.
just luckily enough, I was just able to find the figure. We didn't want to buy the Justifier Lego set Cad Bane ship because like 160, and I don't think the set itself. Chad, I know you bought it, and I'm sure it looks great, but the figures make that set.
Yeah.
The ship itself looks kind of like a block, but
Because it's a Lego.
we got the Omega.
No, the set doesn't really look that funny, and like everything else would have been. We have a Fennec figure, we have a Hunter figure. We don't have a Cad Bane or Toto, but like we didn't really like want Cad Bane or Toto. I just wanted Omega.
We do, but they're expensive to get. So
Yeah. If it comes into price, then we'll have it. We'll get it.
it is unjustifiable. But the ATTE, which comes out in a few weeks, it got pushed back. The Lego ATTE, that is reasonably priced. We'll be getting that hopefully. We have if you follow our stories, I bit my tongue. We've been getting a lot of Legos. We got the Obi-Wan Starfighter, which was really cheap, great price, $30. I feel like I'm like a salesman. Come buy it now. We got the BD right there. This is a perfect chance to show it off. Look at that Lego is the best because it's like two sides of what BD1 is, right?
Yeah.
Just about.
Just about. Let me There he is.
Careful. I guess it breaks. We can just rebuild this. The manual's downstairs, but Cad Bane Slander. Just because we won't buy his $60 figure or his $160 ship. One day we'll find it. We'll find it at Fan Expo and we'll haggle with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for upcoming content, I posted a little thing last night and like a few people saw it, I think, on Twitter. It was pretty late. We have a dropping tonight, probably right after this. I'm gonna go upload it, which is a weird time to upload a YouTube video. We have our Jamie's interview with Andrew Liptak, who is a author, local author from New England. He wrote Cosplay: A History, which is essentially, I don't know if you want to describe the book a little bit. You know
Yeah,
more
the
than I
book
do.
is it's a very deep dive about literally the history of cosplay. It touches a lot about Star Wars cosplay and like that side of things, but it is a history overall about cosplay and just like why do people like dress up in costume. It's pretty cool. You can pretty much get it in every like major place you can get books. But that interview will come out soon. We'll post about it. It'll just be in video. It won't be in the audio version for the podcast. It'll just be video. And then what else did we have this week, AJ?
We have the podcast episode coming out tomorrow, most likely. 95% chance, at least, that it comes out tomorrow. It's a wild, crazy episode. Matt is in it prominently with his dumb but great ideas.
They're dumb.
You'll know what I mean when you watch it or listen to it.
I had one really dumb idea in this one as well, though, which
No, I don't think it
took
was.
off.
But the thing is, Landry was on it. You guys know Landry, the author who wrote the side-on stuff. He needs no introduction anymore. He came on for our Create a Crime Lord episode. That's what it is. And he approved a lot of our ideas. And it's a dumb episode with all the ideas, but it's cool to hear Landry he goes into what it's like in the writing room. Not the writing room, but the planning room with Lucasfilm and how the process goes. Like, Matt brings up dumb ideas. And then Landry's like, oh, that's how like this would go. Like if you don't disprove this. So if you like Landry's ideas and hearing an author that's written in Star Wars talk about stuff, it's a good episode. But
Yeah.
I'm sure all you guys would watch anyways in the stream here. Our loyal
Yeah.
listeners.
Well, loyal listeners and viewers, thank you. Thank you so much.
And what else is up? A Fan Expo will be doing.
Yeah, the convention's this weekend. Video sometime after that.
Yep. That'll
Let's,
be our recording. The live show is Saturday. A couple of you in the chat will be there, I think you said, which is cool.
Very fun.
I guess I can say what this topic will be. I think that's safe.
Give a little tease.
Build. So all the panels, we do builds of something, even though we just did one. but that's kind of how we get the audience to participate until we find out better ideas for that to happen. But it's gonna be build a Star Wars spy. With Andor coming up, we talked about it being a spy show. We thought that'd be a good idea. It got pushed back to September, the show, but it's still the next show coming out, so
still in spirit. AJ, what's your thought about this?
Will you guys be doing Andor reactions or have your adult? Since I don't know. We didn't end up doing them for Kenobi, mostly because the first 2 episodes came out while we were in California for celebration. So we were like, let's just watch it with our friends and chill. And then I got COVID, so we couldn't watch the next one and do a reaction because of that. And that's like half the season, so we're just like, all right, whatever at this point. But we'll see how Andor goes. It's gonna be 12 episodes, so maybe we'll do them like here and there. Maybe not every week.
Maybe we'll record them, and then it'll be a surprise if we actually drop it or not. Because I don't know. We'll see.
Patreon members only. No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I love all you guys that are subscribed to our Patreon, but sometimes I'm like, we just get by doing the work to get out to the public that I feel like we haven't reached the level of like giving it to the private people. I have ideas, and I'll give you one of them. And I saw Brent mention this, so it's a good segue. Target and mostly Target have been getting the new toys, Kenobi toys, the micro series things, which are awesome. I'm glad those are back. The little ships, they're so cool with the little tiny figures that come with them. But I was gonna make behind the scenes me going shopping for these toys, because what was that?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
It sounded like Babu Frick or something. But anyways, I was going to make one of those vlogs of me going to buy the stuff and talking about it. But our Target didn't have anything. So I was like, what good would this be on our Patreon? Maybe you guys would want to see it anyways.
Here's nothing.
Another here's me going to my Target. And we got nothing. See you guys. Yeah, as Dylan just said, like, I know a lot of you guys just support anyways because maybe we... Like... the people I support on Patreon and whatever, like, I subscribe to them just because I like them and they get me through tough times and help me out. They entertain me, long story short. So maybe that's that, but I still want to give back to you guys in a way. And we will. Dylan, did you get your postcard, by the way? I don't know if that ever made it to you, but I hope it did. I know some people got them that we mailed out. But yeah. I don't remember what Brent's comment about the micro series things were.
I think he said they're starting to hit stores and hasn't seen the Marauder yet.
Oh, yeah, they are making that, right?
Yes. I saw from the photos that I saw. Thank you, Adam Christopher, for tagging me in every single photo you found of these. Yes, Adam Christopher, the author of Shadow of the Sith. Yeah, from what I saw, there's the line that's out right now, and then the Marauder one is one that's coming in the future. And then there's additional pictures as well. That's just like, oh, this one's coming soon. So I don't think that it has fully. It's probably like in production right now, if we're talking logistics of goods. And it'll probably hit later this year.
So we got in person. We saw a bunch of them in person, but they're quite pricey if you add them up. And we wanted to get the Lola, which is over there. I can see it. I don't know if you want me to grab her to show her off, but
it's okay. We got the $40 Lola, and she's adorable. She's quite cute.
And we also got the Vader micro series and the Moff Gideon one. Because it's a chase one, and we were like, okay, we have to get this, I guess.
Yeah.
I saw that they're coming out with Boba, the Slave one, Boba Fett Starship as it's listed as, and it comes with Boba and Fennec as the little tiny figures, which I just think are always hilarious. So we'll probably get that if we find it. I kind of want to make like I don't hang my Legos up because I'm always afraid they're going to fall down. But I would like to get these micro series things and hang them up.
That would be cool. That'd be really cool.
I guess they could break too, but less likely.
With like the weather recently, even though the windows have been closed, stuff has been like falling off the walls up here recently. Like command strips and whatnot, so I'm a little...
I'm glad you got our postcard, and it's the best postcard you've ever gotten, not from an older family member.
That's great.
Happy to hear it. I saw Brent mention the... Did you see this, Jamie?
Oh, yeah. I'll message you, Brent. Yeah,
okay,
I'll message you.
Cool.
That's about a cosplay thing. Thank you.
That'll be cool. Yeah, the Marauder.
Cool. The Marauder. I still can't believe that Bad Batch's ship is named the Marauder. Could you just a moment of like clarity? Oh yes, that's the moment of clarity right there. Oh boy.
It's not a stream if we don't bring it up. I guess I'll play it. Where is that one?
I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Dogworm for sale. Hey, stop walking on my.
Oh, I think Matt's just paging in right now. What is his thoughts on the Dungworms? It's now Pee-wee's Playhouse hours, as Jack would call it.
Nice. Oh my god. Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, are they really doing the?
The what?
They're doing the
Whoa!
Sabine one as the chase.
Yeah,
That'll be sick.
gotta get that
That'll
one.
be great. See, these are so much fun. The micro series. Dylan asked, "How do you keep your pinboards up?"
Command strips, the Velcro kind.
Very important.
That's all I got. A
They
lot
hold
of them.
5 pounds, I think they say on this thing.
There's a lot
Although,
of them.
I wonder how much those boards with the pins weigh on them.
Like I said, there's a lot of them. No, but recently the thing that fell off the wall was a different kind of command strip. That was a hook, and I have a prop that I made from Mad Max Fury Road, and I noticed it was like on the shelf instead of like hanging up today, and I was like, well, that stinks. So I have to put that back up again. I have to finish that outfit eventually.
You told me this yesterday, and I mentioned it to Jamie at some point last night. I was like, yeah, Chad said he accidentally watched the Bad Batch, the whole thing.
He accidentally
building your-
watched-
He was building one of his Lego sets. I think it was the BD. And he was like, yeah, just next thing I know, it was over. I watched the whole thing.
You know, I feel like the last time
It's a
I
very
watched
Chad
it,
move.
I feel like the last time I watched The Bad Batch was probably sometime right before Celebration. I must have been working on something, and I was.
No, I know
just-
the last time.
I watched a lot of it.
I think it was after Celebration. We watched like half of it maybe.
Yeah.
I was stressed out about something, and we were just watching it in your room, in the craft room there, just watching it. And then I
Yeah.
went to get pizza or something. But it's such an enjoyable show to binge, like watching.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched the whole thing like through, like in chunks. I've really only watched it when it aired
the
weekly,
episode,
and I'd watch it
yeah.
probably twice a day or 3 times a day when it aired, so we could do the show. But I mean, just like Clone Wars or Rebels, maybe even more so because it's all linear. It's such a great show to watch in a row, and I recommend to myself that I need to go do that, to watch the whole thing in a row in chunks before the new season.
All right,
yeah.
let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Speaking of when the season comes out, the last notes, there was the weird kind of pseudo leak that it'll be the end of September, which was never fully confirmed, but kind of is. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes if they actually do tell us when the show is going to drop for season 2. That'd be interesting. I accidentally stirred the pot on Bad Batch social media the other day when Andor got pushed back, and I was like, oh, this means that they're probably going to push it back. And oh my gosh, everyone was like, oh, they're going to push back the Bad Batch. And I'm like, no, this is all just like thoughts. It's not actually going to happen.
They probably will.
We don't
but
know. It probably is going to happen, but y'all need to chill. So I'm sorry. I stirred about
I also-
release dates for Bad Batch Season 2.
There's a lot of things Chad and I talked about in Halo that I'm bringing up here, but another thing, because they're relevant topics, and I'm like, I might as well bring them up. She-Hulk is going to be on Thursdays, I think Chad said. Chad, do I have
Okay.
that right? Do I have that wrong? Did you say that? But it's a different day than Star Wars, which is cool.
It's good.
So I'm hoping I'm talking about this because if Bad Batch comes out, I think there's no doubt Bad Batch is going to come out while Andor is still going. Because that was the
Right.
original plan, and I don't think they would push Bad Batch back another, like, month or whatever. Or
It better not.
whenever the heck Andor is over with. More than a month. They'd have to push it. If they didn't want it to overlap, it'd have to be in, like, 2023. But, because Andor will be going 9 weeks. Because the first week is 3 episodes. I'm doing math on the fly. Yeah,
That's
She-Hulk is
dangerous.
Thursdays. But anyways, Bad Batch and Andor, Wednesday and Fridays. Give us Andor Wednesday. Give us Bad Batch Fridays.
I like it.
But yeah, that'll be great. Need it.
Yes.
Is there anything else you wanted to ramble about that you can think of?
I feel like I've rambled enough.
Or if anyone has any quick questions in the next, like, 2 minutes.
2
Give her-
minutes.
1 minute. I can just keep
So
playing
long.
the dungworm quote until
No.
we get enough
No more
questions.
dungworm.
But this is how I thought this stream was going to go. We talk about the Lego thing for like 10, 15 minutes, whatever it was, and then just a bunch of other stuff. But it's kind of nice. Like, I wish Matt was here, obviously, and Jack, but it's kind of nice just the two of us doing one. It's very easy to do without, like, something at random coming up, and we get very sidetracked. Instead, we just get a little sidetracked.
Little sidetracked.
Thoughts on the new
New High Republic.
info?
I'll be honest, I skim watched the last episode of the High Republic show, but I am excited for all the new upcoming releases. I mean, we're not going to be getting anything until September anyway. I have kind of decided I'm going to do a reread of Phase 1 soon. That'll be happening soon. I'm currently rereading Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the Hunger Games prequel, because there's been like news that they're like filming that movie finally. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I love the Hunger Games. Those movies came out when I was in high school and then in the beginning of college, and so it hit right at the right time for me. And now that the prequel is out, the book, I loved the book. I've read the book at least a couple times already. This is like the 3rd time I've read it now. Highly recommend it. It's really good. Might be better than like the trilogy itself. So I'm very excited for that movie to like come
Hot
out.
take.
That's gonna be sometime next year. It is a hot take. It's a very hot take. This is now a Hunger Games show, okay? So like, yeah,
If it's a Hunger
like
Games show, I don't have much to contribute.
I'm very excited for that, and like it is also exciting that like the lead for the Acolyte was in the Hunger Games, and so I'm
Really?
very excited. Yeah, the girl who was Rue in
Oh,
the Hunger
right.
Games. Yeah, you
Right.
wouldn't know because it's like 10 years later, and it's
She's
just
an
like,
adult
oh my
now,
god,
yeah.
she's an adult. She looks great. She looked great before. She's adorable. Now she's just like, haha, I'm an adult. I have
Badass.
better
Yeah.
better roles. It's gonna be great. But yeah, so once I finish Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes for the 3rd time, I'm going to do my reread of the High Republic stuff. Very excited for it. One thing that AJ and I want to do this weekend at Fan Expo, Charles Soule is one of the guests at Fan Expo, so we're gonna try to meet him, say hello. It'll be great. Get something signed.
And get an autograph for this,
Yeah.
possibly, or Rise of Kylo Ren. Don't know
Yeah.
which one. Maybe this, because this was
that
a
one's
milestone
a special
for him.
one. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a
Yeah.
story behind when I bought this, but I'm not gonna tell it.
I'm not sure what that story is, so keep that
You
one to
remember
yourself.
the stinky kid at the cashier?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hey,
I will leave it
Levi.
at that.
Happy summer special to everyone. Levi, I was just holding up my thing. We're gonna get it signed by Charles himself next weekend, hopefully. But yeah, we're
Yeah.
just about to wrap up. 25 was banging. A lot of good stories in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Levi, we should play some Halo as well soon. Me, you, and
That's
Chad
it.
can play or something. We'll see. But I guess that's it. No Matt here today. I don't know. Enjoy our content we have coming out tonight and the things we mentioned. The interview tonight and the podcast tomorrow with Landry. It's
Yep.
gonna be good.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel like I just like rambled about nothing for 53 minutes. But
You know
I think
what?
it was good. Was it good, guys? I don't know. Was it
That's
cohesive?
what a podcast is.
I guess. It's hard to do with just. I'll give Levi credit while he's here. I just thought of him. Like, he's done the All New Nerd Show by himself live, like, multiple times now. Maybe 2 times, 2-3 times. And that's impressive. I don't think I'd be able to do it.
I could like do like stream. I can only stream live if I'm like playing games or something because I'll just.
We have something to do while you're doing it. Yeah. If you just have to talk to everyone, it's tough.
Yeah, and like actually hold a. I've
The
done it before.
conversation. You
Hold the
did it
conversation
tonight for
myself.
about 30 seconds.
Yeah,
while
you know what I
left.
did? I cracked under pressure and just played a video clip instead.
Do we have the clip of Levi getting in the pool? No. We gotta get that up here.
I don't think so. Not yet. We haven't really done a refresh in a bit.
As you can see.
In desperate need of doing the refresh. Newt, yeah.
Newt.
Newt is a year old almost. No, he's not. He was
No,
in PAX, right?
no.
He was PAX.
He's only like 4 months old, maybe.
A year old.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll do it
Excuse me.
live. Should I do one last Dungworms and then we'll call it?
No, just call it.
Who votes Dungworm?
Vote no worms. No worms.
The Polynesian Spa. You know what? No Dungworms. I'll do this one. And then I'll end it. So goodbye,
Alright.
guys.
Bye,
We'll do
everybody.
this, and then we'll see ya. The Hole in It Marauders.